I think I'm live. I'll be with you all in just a second. If you're watching the recording, just go forward just a few minutes. Doesn't show I'm live, so there's a delay, I think. No, it shows I'm live. All right. So I'll give everybody a few minutes to come in, and I just sent a text to a few people. I'm not going to stay long. I just thought I'd come in and say hi and show you what I'd gotten recently and what I've been up to besides school. Because really, it's been all about school. Like yesterday, I worked on lesson plans from 8:30 in the morning to 4:30 with very little break. Hey, Dot. So I just sent Shauna and them a message. They may be over in a few minutes. While I was waiting, because my silly computer, I think I'm going to have to get a new computer. It's just taking it's like so slow. I was peeling paint off my, hey Shauna, I was peeling paint off my silicone mat, and I decided I'd try gluing it on some tissue, and then I'm going to daddy van it, just make it more translucent, and then use it in collage. Hey Belinda. So I thought I'd just show you guys what I'd gotten. Shauna, I couldn't get the setting to make it delayed for the comments, so I may need you to tell me exactly where to go to do it. I tried for about 30 minutes and I gave up. I'm just not seeing it on YouTube where to go. So let's see. I got this stamp from EK Success, and it punches all those dots at one time. So let's find a piece of paper. And try it out. Hey, Judy. It's pretty cool. You get a bunch that I think it'll be neat in abstract, but I also think I'll use this, which is what I've been doing a lot of lately, is abstract. I don't know why. I'm just stuck on it, I guess. So I bought that, and then I bought a big Posca in white and a big one in black. They actually have one even larger than this, but it wasn't available. So I'm going to try to get the one larger. And then I also bought these metallic paint pens by, well, they're called Pen Touch by Sakura. And there's a silver, copper, and a gold. I wanted those for accents. And I was starting them, and you can see that there's one there. They're pretty bright metallics. I got Tim Holtz, the paper dolls that are groups. Yeah, I saw it on somebody's Instagram. Hi, Joycey. I saw it on somebody's Instagram and thought, oh, I have to have that. And I found it on Amazon. It's by EK Success. They have one with like hearts. This is called Confetti Dots. Like I said, I got it on Amazon. They have one that has like a grouping of hearts, and another one I saw. I don't remember. There were butterflies, maybe. Seems like heart. Both of them, I was like, I don't really want that. It's the circles that I wanted, and really, a lot of it was I wanted this, the negative. That's what I was really interested in. But not that I won't use also the punches. All right, so like I said, I got the paper doll, which I'm sure you guys have seen, the groupings. I had the single ones, but I wanted the groups because I've been using them a lot. I got another set of vintage, like invoices from Brooke, because I really like using them in collage more than I need to go when it's spring break. I should go to some of the junk stores and antique stores and see if I can find anything. So I got those. That was just about restashing because I'd already used up what I had. And then I got, well, Mary Beth Shaw made me get this. It's one of those runners that you like block out, because she was using it on like tissue and then using it in her work. Now she was kind of like making it go crazy. I think that I'll probably use it almost like you would washi tape on tissue. I got some 9x12 stencils. So I got this one. And then I got this one. Some of these I have in the smaller size, but I wanted them in the bigger format. And then I got this one because I didn't really have anything that was grids. And then I have this one in an ATC size, and I really like it, so I got it in a bigger format. I wish they had this in a 6x6. The ATC one's a little too small, but I wish they had the. And then I got my club stencils, and they've changed the format. So you're getting two 9x12s. So this one this month was the 9 ATC and the 4 on this one. So it's going to be like a combination type thing. It won't be the same every month. All right. Let me show you what I've come in the studio and worked on kind of late at night by myself type thing when I had time. So here's kind of what I've been working on. So I have a bunch of their coasters. I have a whole box of them. I was going to do something with them, and that didn't work out. So they're just cardboard coasters. And then I got some peel and stick cork. So what I've been doing is just small collages with little leftover bits, which is challenging to find stuff that fits, that's small scale. So I've been doing those, and I usually do them like in sets of 4. So that's kind of those there. So, and you can see like by the color on the back, like when I was working on what set, sort of. And then I even actually framed a few of these. But just playing with little bits of scraps. And and then I gave them a gloss seal. And one set that I liked a lot, I went ahead and got frames because I wanted to see how they would frame out. And these are just little frames, and that worked well. But I actually liked it better when I got this was a little crooked, but I got the 6x6. I think my camera is crooked for one thing. Things get bumped. There we go. So I kind of I like it more met with and it's just black scrapbook paper behind it, but I think I like them better framed that way than this way. So I worked on those. And then I ordered, I've always kind of been curious about the canvas prints. So I got a coupon like for 90% off. And I got one of my journal pages that I like for myself on a canvas. And it should have been like $76 and it was $20 with shipping. So I got that. And like I said, I just took one of the photographs of one of my journal pages that I liked. And mostly I've been working on the wooden cradle canvases. So I've been doing, again, kind of more abstract, and then occasionally throwing on some vintage image to finish it and a phrase. So this set was like 2 of the little 4x4. And then there were 2 that were 6x6. And then 2 that were 8x8. So this was a good set of panels. And I've been using a lot of paint chips. In fact, I need to go get more paint chips. And then this is 2 9x12s. And just sort of keeping that kind of an abstract grunge. And then these are 2 that are 10x10. Well, I just would do like 1 or 2. A lot of times I end up doing 2 at a time for some reason. This one's one of the 10x10s. A lot of layers of tissue. This one, I'm not sure it's done. It's not sealed. This is all hand cut, the green and the pink. But I feel like it needs a focal point. I just haven't found the right thing. So I don't think this one's done. And then this one is like a 12x12. So I really like that set. I'm going to order another set of these. I like that hard surface. Someday I'll get to go to another art show. And when I haven't been working on those, I've worked on paper. So this is just in like the last 6 months, 8 months. So this was a piece. It was actually one piece and I cut it apart because I liked it better. Cut apart. This is just a jelly print. Those y'all have seen. That I just really couldn't tear up, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. This was another one that started out big and got cut up. And some of these I feel like are more back like master boards. I'm not sure they're resolved enough. They're probably stacked in the order that I like or don't like. This one I think needs something more. I don't know, it needs some more white in it or something. It needs. This is another one I went there with the leaf and then I wasn't happy no matter what I did. And I have been using some of the pattern paper from this book that Joycey showed us. And you get long, skinny, and then you get this format. But I've also been jelly printing and stenciling on tissue a whole lot. This one's one of the first ones I did. Oh, that's upside down. A lot of them are in pairs or sets. And I've been really liking just magazine pieces that have text on it, but it doesn't really have any meaning or. And you can see that on a lot of them, there's punch, like the waist on punches. Cut shapes. This is from a stencil, but I cut it. Actually, that one's upside down. So like there's the circle punch and then there's the waist. A lot of them have the Claudia Helmuth number stamps that I found that were big because I was going through the Tim Holtz big numbers. Then I found her set of stamps. And you can see they're pretty big. And I just stamp them on tissue and then I can use them wherever and whenever. There's some of Brooke's previous, the Stencil Girl order receipt. Great, Judy. Welcome back. This is one of my favorite ones. I just like the color combination. And this one started with this photograph of Lady Liberty in a black and white. And this one I was just trying to incorporate a magazine and then infuse it into an abstract. This one has another magazine image that I liked, and then I kind of tried to blend it in to an abstract. There's the beach people, Joycey. And I just liked, trying to fuse it a little bit. And then that's the last one. So that's what I've been up to working on. Let me put those out of the way. Haven't watched a whole lot of streams. I mean, that's literally how bad it is. I come home, we are crashed. This is my pile that I was working on. I have been like hand cutting some of the images to cut some of my own stencils to kind of help with some of that. And these are like ones I started, but I didn't finish, and I pulled a bunch of stuff to work on them, and I just threw it in this canvas. So we'll start. Get you guys over here. And I found out that Deco Arts, I got an email. They're going to continue the tradition line, but they're moving away from this back to the bottles, but it's going to be in limited runs. So I tried to order. I couldn't get any opaque white. I have 2 of these coming, but I'm not sure. There's something weird with my order. I don't like these bottles because when you open them, they pop and blurt out. So let's start. So this is that's my tissue slush. Just stuff I've jelly printed that I have just laying around. And this is the scraps that I've just recently used or printed on, paper I've torn. So I'm going to grab some stuff from in here that might be interesting to start building the layers. And I'm going to start out real beige for right now. I don't really have an agenda. I'm just grabbing stuff. Let's tissue in. I'm just going to start by Just gluing on some pieces and not so much worrying about shape or color. I'll probably add some paint to it. As well. This one's got some kind of imperfection right in here. Normally the boards I've gotten, just two in this order, were kind of jacked up a little bit, but mostly they've been really good. I saw your sped up version of your ATC cards, Shauna. They turned out really nice. I got them off Amazon. They come in, you can get like sets that are all the same size. But this time I ordered that set that had two of each of the sizes, and I like that variety. This is just the first layer, so it's really, I'm going to add some paint over it. I'm not worried about the sides because I'll probably hit that with paint. This just piece of lead. Well, it's actually not. It's like court papers. I think I got it in a market from Keisha, probably one of the vendors. So this I'll probably use towards the end because I want to use that hole and I like that red. So I'm going to set that aside. Yeah. Joyce is really good about recycling and making our own panels. Okay, Joycey. I think this will help cover up. I want to definitely cover that up where the this is like Deco Art tissue. They had it a few years ago. Well, not a few now. It's been several. They had packs of tissue with like 4 different patterns. But it's a heavier tissue. It almost reminds me more of like gift wrap. Yeah, just want to. Okay. I like this, but I don't like it fits. I just hate covering all that up. Oh, but it fits up there too. Let's use it up there. To which stencil, Joycey? Okay. I'm going to switch to some paint. Raw sienna and warm white. I've been loving the warm white lately. All right, I'm also going to push out any air, get any wrinkles. I don't care if it tears. Oh, the wonky rainbow, yeah. Yeah, like this one. I just like them on the side. Trying to decide what brush I want to use. Yeah, this is two stencils together, but this is a Tracy Bautista stencil. Yeah, I think that's the one you might be talking about. It's good. And I'm going to get more black in there. Right, what I'm thinking is wet white and pull back some. Might need to go darker. So I'm going to add some quinacridone. Oh, that's not open. Hi, Yellow. Just where the wood's showing. Or that wider color. All right, let's try this again. Oh, that's better. It gave me more contrast. Paper needs to be glued down again. Okay, let that. I like that. Now it needs something darker. I think I'm going to put some of this paint I have on the sides, just so I have a base going. On the sides there, because I didn't really put any paper down. But they'll get layers of tissue, so that'll kind of happen naturally. Okay. Yeah, this is the, like, some days I just don't, I haven't felt like it. I think I want some of this. in here, right here eventually. But first, I think I want to do some gray with this. And kind of do the same thing that I've got over here. So I'm going to pretty much take that off. I know I'll have some contrast there. And I'm going to use that same stencil. Hi, Ray Ray. Oh, yes. Yummy, yummy. All right, I feel like it needs some more right in here. Connecting this and this. And maybe even up through there. All right, and I need another white. Kind of cancel back. All right, so now I want to kind of do the same thing on the edges right here, which is going to be hard to see on camera. That didn't work very well because my paint was really wet. But I think I'll get a little bit of contrast. do this side the same thing where the gray would be over the edge. That's not going to do much because I didn't have any other paint down there. So it's going to be more gray. Which is fine because we got layers to add other things of interest. Okay. Now I think I want to go away from the gray again and go back to the quinacridone gold color. Get some more of that going on in some areas. Kind of overlap the two here. And almost glaze. Oh, that's good. I love these stencils from Stencil Girl. I've got them in the smaller size. See, I just tore that, but I don't really care. It's going to all get covered up. The stencil kept the paper. It's all about the grunge anyway, so. Okay, I want to put some of that quinacridone up here. Just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to put this. Yeah, it's Tracy Bautista. If school would be over, I could do that. Right now, school is just Now I have this year plus 2. Starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, that's a stencil girl, and it is Tracy Bautista. I want another piece of this. I'm going to make it hang over, I think, because this is all I have of it. It's just a scrap. Of course, there's always more where that came from. But that puts it in like 3 places. Then I'll add some glue just to help. See, now there's still areas of the side that I need to work on. I'm going to go more of the but I also need some of that warm white. Because there's no base. Or there's not much of a base. All right, so I'm going to put on the warm white first. And over here it needs a little. Okay, so then let's see if we can't wipe back some of that to the gray. That gave a little bit of interest right there. That I want to dry. In fact, I want to put more of the cream on there. It's still too thin. If you don't have a little bit of a base on the wood, it just really soaks that up. I'm going to try to take a little bit of this off to pull back some of that gray. And then I'm going to come back in with the quinacridone. Of course, you can fully let it dry each layer. I'm just rushing it. Let me dry that a little bit because I'm just getting a mixture. want to get that quinacridone to go over the edge is what I'm trying to do. Where this continues, that pattern. I got it. Just a little bit. That's all I really wanted. I want to get some on this side too. And sometimes you want to find the area of the stencil that isn't got too big of holes. That just kind of gave it a little bit of something on the sides. All right, so let's put that aside. And let's decide. See, and I may end up abandoning things I picked that I had out to begin with. I do think I'm going to use this. Like that right there. Kind of as a focal point. I think I'm going to get rid of this. Definitely not using this right here. So I'm just going to start culling and getting things off the table. Put them back for another day. All this cream. Get rid of that. Keep that. Yeah. All right. I know I want that there. I feel like I have the base where I'm probably done with the paint. Now it's about the tissue layers. And this is stenciled and then daddy bands on tissue, so it'll go translucent. Let's definitely put that there, because that's where it belongs. It's where it wants to live. And I want it to go off the edge and over. This is a Stencil Girl Stencil 2. Can't think of the name. Ray, I believe. Starts with an M. Well, she's been threatening that, Joycey. I'm sure carrying the excess inventory gets expensive. So I like that. Need some more of this somewhere. So what I'm wondering is if the noose, okay. Trying to get a paper edge that's torn, not straight. Okay, I kind of like that up there. But I also like it down here. I think it does better up there. Yes, it's different. I think it starts with, has an N on the back of it. MAN, but I'm not positive. I'm pretty sure that's her stencil. All right, and let's think about a paint strip. No. No. That might also work. That's the same one, just I don't want that. So put the nose back in. Just looking for that right pop of color, but I may have saw something in the trash stack in here. So this is at the stage where I just start digging, looking for pieces that might fit, that are left over. From previous cuts. There was something I saw down in here. There it is. That might work somewhere. These are papers from the pattern book. That might also work. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just cut I'm just going to cut that part off. All right, and I'm just freehand cutting, and I'll save this because that can be used. Wish I'd made this one a little smaller. Let me try. This will give me the options. I think I'll do one more. And try 5. I want them to go over the edge. Maybe they don't go over the edge. I like 3. I think 5's going to be too much. And this I'll just save for another day. And all of this, I have these little drawers with colors. I want a little pop of that color up there. I don't think I want to go gray. So then I just start culling again. I think that's too much like what's already down. I don't think I want that. I think I'm going to take that out. I don't think I'll use that. with that little bit up there. And that's tissue, so that'll go translucent. I should have daddy banned it first. All right, and I know I want this big one. I want to. Lost my little one there. I'm going to cut those shorter. Okay. Like that. And I'm going to put some of these little circles from that punch over in here, maybe. I'm going to punch that again just to get a couple more of a different, like with pattern on it. That's too purple. So that doesn't work. Too yellow. I think I'm close to being done. Oh, thank you. Yeah, for those of you who join above the tip jar on my membership, I post monthly. Now I'm bad about not putting them up, but I always, if I'm late, I put up extra prints. So I put digital prints in a Google Classroom that you can download and use. Okay, might need. Might need a little of that right in there, but I want it to go more translucent. So I'm going to take, I got to get some of this paper off my desk. And all those trash bits I save. So I'm going to take Daddy Van, it's a furniture wax, and this is just a brush that I have set aside with it. And I just put it on the tissue. And what it does is it makes it go translucent more than it normally will. Okay, and then I'm going to just take some. I'm going to let that hang off the side. I just want a little pop. And then I'll come back with the gel medium. Kind of make sure it's secure. Okay, I think we need to dry before we decide what to do next. Okay. Just kind of cleaning up some of the trash. Aside and putting it away. Well, let's dry that just a little bit. All right, so one thing I think I want to do is some of this got covered up, and I think I'm going to take some gray paint and put it back in. And that'll push that tissue back. Like here, you can, because I daddy vanned it. Even take that over the edge. I like that better because that pushed it under more like this one because it was on top too much. Right, I have that gray paint. I'm gonna come back and work on this side. A little here. It's really just soaking it up. So what I'm going to do instead of put it on and take it off is I'm going to get the cream and put the gray back on in that area where I want it. Let that dry a second, and then I'm going to get the cream and a sponge. I don't know, maybe. Oh. Let me dry this real fast. Let me do this right here, and then we're going to kind of look at it. Thinking some of this winter white paint. All right, I'm going to be off camera for just a second, but it'll be easier to do. Oh, that's much better. Because it gave me more contrast. I'm going to do that in a couple different areas. On the side. Real quick. And then we might do that in that muddy area is what I'm thinking. It needs some light. So that definitely helped the sides. So let's try. I'm debating putting it on and wiping it off. I think I'm going to start with just lightly pouncing and then I gotta get that wet again. Oh, I like that. And I may have it in some places I don't want it, but I'll take it back. Kind of faded on the edges. Yeah, it helped. Okay. I need it to run through there. So I'll take it back off that stencil. And then I can also hit it with the black pen to help it if I need to. Just want to make sure that stays on top. Okay. I think that's better. No, this is one of the beach grass or grapevine in the 9x12. But it does a lot like the Puerto Rican stencil does. It's more circular, where the Puerto Rican one is more linear and angles, like triangular. Hi, Janice. All right. So I feel like one of the things it needs is some scribble and some stuff that's darker. Also feel these aren't standing out enough now that they're dry. This stencil, give me a minute, Joycey. Open Bare Wisteria Vine, L554. Let me put it. It's L554. And it's a 9x12. I happen to have my receipt, so let me get a couple things from over here. Right, these are just Pitt pens. Yes, Stencil Girl. Let me hit the edges. And then smear. You have to do this over gel, dry gel medium, or it'll work like a regular marker. But when it dries, it does dry permanent. My goal is to make them pop a little more. And if you just, when it's with your finger, you can just sort of blend it. And then I think I'm going to take some, yeah, pretty much. It's about all I order from anymore. It's Stencil Girl. All right, so I'm kind of adding a little bit of a shadow in. With the gray, and I think I'm even going to go in with a little bit of black. Yeah, I like that with that. And if you decide you got too much, just get your finger wet or a wet wipe, and you can pull it back if you get it before it dries. Okay, then I think I'll come in here on this side. Kind of works like a Stabilo all, but it's permanent. See, now that's kind of soaking in more there. So I probably didn't have, because I have paint and I don't have gel medium. Because I put that paint on and I don't have gel medium on there. So it didn't, it's going straight into the paint, to the wood. Okay. And then I think I'm going to hit the edge of these a little bit too, but maybe with the gray. Would be better. Thanks, Dot. We'll give it kind of a drop shadow. I even just added that, like that one didn't have enough interest. So I'm just added the black to it so that kind of they were just too cream. I think this would stand out more if it was accented. Kind of finish that out that way a little bit. I think that helped those pop. It's hard to see on the camera. Move that a little bit. That kind of helped the sides where it was a little boring. So that kind of put those marks down the side, and then that corner where it's lighter. I think it's about done. The only thing it might need is it could do a quote up there in black. Hi, Sophia. Like maybe something like that right in there. Other possibility is, I think that's too, I think that's a better size. I think that's too short. I kind of like the quote up there because it balances that black. There wouldn't be any white. It's on a sticker, so. Trying to make sure before I stick it down that it is close to straight. That one is. I think it's done. Yep, I just eyeballed it with a little ruler on the side. I think this is going up. I gotta look at it straight on. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is hit it. Where I was working with it. Then when this is really good and dry, I'll put varnish on it, like a gloss. This way none of those little bits are coming up. And I think I'm done. I've been signing them on the side, so I'm going to go ahead and do that on the side. Let's put it on the side there. Yeah. I know postage is crazy right now. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a 50% off coupon because I'm not doing art shows again. So I will probably put a 50% off coupon in my shop. I usually do one for my birthday in March anyways, but I think I'll go ahead and put it on early. So I probably will have everything 50% off, including the digitals, just to help move some inventory maybe. All right, I got some cream paint over here I don't want to waste. So I'm going to set that to the side real quick. And this is my receipt. I'm just going to take the cream paint. Use it up. And then I'll just add more to it later. I do think something that'd be fun to do on that one is I'm going to let that dry just a bit. And then let's give it a spray with some distress. And a little bit of Lindy's. It was a red. I thought it was a brown, but it's a red. But I don't really care. Like I said, this is just I'll go back in. Yeah, a little of that showed up. Let me put some more of the red since that's what we're. It showed up where the paint was. We just put it on my the paint acts as a resist. So that'll be a pretty collage bit. And then I'll just keep adding paint to it and layers. So everything I showed you for the most part, I'm pretty sure is on the website on my Etsy shop. And it's Debbie Epps under Etsy. And I'll probably run it from January 31st to March 31st. And it'll be 50% off. On the Etsy. And that is no. It didn't go on as a link, but so that turned out pretty cool. I like using the paint and then doing the magicals or the sprays as a resist and using the paint as a resist. You get some interesting paper. So I am going to probably let everybody go. Yeah, I'll make the coupon. I haven't made it yet. But I've been thinking about it. Sean and I talked about it because I'm not doing any art shows. But you can see I'm amassing product. You know. So. Alrighty, I might be able to stream next weekend because I have most of the lesson plans done for next week. I just have a little bit to do. And I'm going to try to work on that this week. So maybe I can actually have a weekend off. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. And I hope all of you have a fabulous week. Oh. I'm going to move this stuff to my desk. It's on the computer. All right. Have a great day, y'all.